Check, check, check. If you're hearing the sound of my illustrious voice or looking at my beautiful face on YouTube, that means you're now tuned into another chapter of the Introverted Intuition Podcast. My name is Jeff, a.k.a. the Petty Podcaster, a.k.a. the Ambitious Introvert, a.k.a. the Leader of Libras, a.k.a. future New York Times best-selling author. I'm putting it into the universe, okay? As always, I got my boy with me, CR908. Say what's up to the people.
And this is his equally suave co-host, CR908, a.k.a. Conscious Rap, b.k.a. Chocolate Rod, here at your motherfucking service.
Before we get into this episode, for the YouTube people, as you may see, you may be able to see a face mask in my hand. Hopefully you can see it. With the Introverted Intuition logo. If you want this piece of merchandise or any other pieces that we have available, you go to teespring.com. I don't know if it's teespring.com/introverted intuition, but go to teespring.com, type in introverted intuition. You'll find our whole shop. We got over almost 80 items available if you're interested in purchasing something for yourself or your family members or your friend or your dog or whatever. You could do that. So
I can't wait to do the photo shoot for it.
I got all my stuff ready. I'm about to order.
You got your stuff?
Yeah, I got all my stuff. I'm gonna order one more piece.
It already got to your house?
I took a picture of it today.
Oh.
But there's like from the newer collection, it's just fire, bro. I switched up from what I showed you before. It's fire. I'm gonna show you after the podcast.
Yes.
I want to get one more piece of that, and then we can do the shoot. And we gonna,
yes.
You know what I mean?
All
I'm gonna be on my model. Fuck it.
Be on our model shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna add model to my intro of the podcast.
Yo, we gotta go hard. Like we gotta go dumb hard for this shoot. Like
where are we gonna go?
We all right. There's places in Jersey City that I know because I've been doing photo shoots lately. What do you want in the background? You want the Manhattan skyline in the background?
Yes.
All right, so we gotta go to like Exchange Place somewhere in Jersey City.
All right, I'm gonna try to not look awkward in my photos.
The biggest secret that I got for taking pictures, and it was from a model. She said, well, not every shot, but do eye contact with the lens. That right there, like any position you're in, it doesn't matter. Like you could be like, standing this way, but that eye contact with the lens,
right?
That's the fire, yo. Because then I noticed like all her best pictures, she was staring at the lens. I'm like, yo, that eye contact draws the human mind in, bro.
I gotta get a fucking haircut, yo. My fucking barber, of course, these crazy ass times we're in probably warranted this to happen. But this nigga's charging like almost $40 haircuts now.
Yo, I heard on the radio in LA some motherfuckers was charging $200.
Oh hell no, yo, I'm just never getting a haircut again.
What the hell?
Fuck that. I'm not paying no $200. You kidding me?
What?
I don't even want to pay $200 for my bills. You think I'm gonna pay for a fucking haircut?
I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, man, that's some rich people shit. Cause I never heard that shit in my life. $200.
This nigga gave me the grand total for my haircut the last time.
What was it?
It was
$80?
Like, it was like $45, like with the tip included.
Tip included.
Like I almost looked at this nigga like, yo, I'm about to be out. Like
niggas, and you just getting the baldy, right?
Yeah, I get the ball. I get the beer. You know what I mean? Get the they put the hot towel on. You know what I mean?
Okay. You get the full service.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You gotta look good. I mean, as a recently single individual, you gotta look good out here. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I still never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
What? You still what? You
Nothing. Next topic.
Nigga.
Nah. But yeah, $45 haircut is just.
Hell no.
It makes me really sad. Like, luckily, what makes up for it is a good conversation. Shout out to my barbershop in Piscataway, New Jersey. Cheap barbershop. My nigga Reggie. He's not a nigga. He's I think Filipino. But shout out to Reggie, man. He's a good dude. I want to have him on the podcast soon, and he's a really good dude. And I go really aside from the price or whatever, because I love the environment. I love what he does. I love the business.
So that's what he taxing you for. He taxing you for the experience, nigga.
Shit,
yo, shout out to Steady Rock. Speaking of barbers, like, yo, Steady Rock be taking care of me, bro. It keeps me fresh.
That nigga's a barber?
He's a barber. You didn't even
I thought he was a rapper.
He is a rapper, but everybody needs a job. Just like I'm a Lyft driver, nigga. Like, everybody needs a job.
No, but every time I was around that guy, I thought he was on some rap shit.
No, he is a rapper. What the fuck? Like, he also cuts hair. Like,
no, but he never mentioned that is what I'm saying.
I mean, if he's in the play, well, most of the places you've seen him, he was at an event. He's not going to come to a musical event to talk about cutting hair.
You never know, man.
I'm saying.
Niggas got to make it.
Man, whatever. But yeah, man, shout out to Steady Rock, man.
Shout out to him. He's a cool dude.
He's funny as hell. That's my OG, bro. He stay giving me advice. Every time I get a haircut from this guy, yo, it's the same type of conversation. Like, his voice is mad raspy. And he just be like, yeah, man, I'll be watching you, man. You inspire me. Like, that should be funny as hell. Because it's literally the same conversation every time. That he always tells me how he's working on something.
Do you believe him every time?
I do believe him because it's genuine. I know it's real. It's just hilarious because it's literally every time. Like, he'd be like, yo, you the one who put me on DistroKid, man.
Well, let's stay here for a second though. Like I've had more people tell me recently, more times than ever in my entire life, that I inspire them. And it's like a weird feeling. Like I set out to inspire. What
does it feel like?
But it feels good, man. It feels like I was right about like aligning into my purpose and setting myself on this path. Like, but like it just feels weird because I'm just not used to it. Like, how does that feel for you?
Yo,
being told you inspire people.
It feels so good, bro. It just feels like validation. And I know some people be like, oh, you shouldn't care what people think and blah, blah, blah. But, bro, like, especially because of where I'm from Roselle, New Jersey, and I was there since kindergarten to high school. So I have very strong roots in my hometown. Everybody from my hometown knows I rap. Everybody knows I do music, to the point that one of my high school teachers, who's a math teacher, shout out to Mr. Vasquez, he does videos, right? Like musical videos to teach math, because you know how you go on YouTube to get help on different math stuff?
No.
And, well, the kids that are in school, when you were in school. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We didn't do that when we were in school.
Hell no.
But for the kids who are in school right now, I know you guys probably go on YouTube to type up, like fucking, Pythagorean theorem or whatever, and it's a fucking boring-ass video, super dry voice. He does something totally different where he's rapping to you, and I think it's dope. He's got swag. It's not no corny shit. Like, he's dope. You feel me?
Right.
So he's putting together something, project, and he reached out to me to help him with that because he's heard about what I do in the community and he sees what I'm doing, and it was such an honor to get that phone call. You know what I'm saying? To be a part of something, because now I'm giving back. I'm about to be in a position where I'm giving back to my community musically. Like, that means a lot to me.
Let me ask you this: do you have any teachers in mind that you can say by name that really made an impact on your life, whether it be middle school, high school, college?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna let you say who in a second, but like my middle school English teacher, Mr. Capron, he inspired the concept for my second book. He was the first person in my life up to that point who complimented me on my writing and believed in me at that point. I was writing back then, like, my favorite assignment, and that's kind of what my second book is based upon. My favorite assignment back then was the assignment where you just get the packet, you open the packet, it's just a picture, you have to write a story about the whole picture.
Oh, that's tough.
That's my favorite type of assignment.
Tough.
And the first time I remember doing that, I was always like really like an inwardly confident person, but not outwardly. So when I was writing, you could feel the confidence, you could feel the passion, you could feel I was going in the right direction with my shit. And I remember I got that first assignment back, and he gave me the most inspiring and encouraging words. Like, he loved it. He gave me a few minor details, but it wasn't in like a condescending, like teacher-like way. Like, you're doing this wrong. He was very understanding, and
he was uplifting.
He set me on the path as a writer. Like, truthfully, I feel like I owe him to who I am now. You have any teachers that really you can name or remember?
I got like a top 5, bro.
Oh, shit.
Right? Because like I said, I was in that school system my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So even when I wasn't in school, I would see these motherfuckers at the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like in 7th grade, it was Miss Palavota. She was my science teacher. She made me love science. She's the one that really helped nurture my analytical sense of thinking, because she played very calm, soothing music during like our sessions when we would be doing our work. I don't know how to explain. She just used to set up the environment where it would be so easy to like learn. Right. And she was funny. She was witty. She didn't give a fuck. She wasn't scared. She was a white lady. She wasn't scared of us. She was Italian. She was very fucking cool, yo. Great teacher. After that, mostly these were English teachers. It was Miss Lee, Miss Bentley, and Miss Pierre. So those 3 teachers, that was freshman, 10th grade, and junior year. Those 3 teachers, they had the most influence on me because they truly established my foundation for words. They made me love words. They challenged me. I always got nothing less than an A on any of my papers. Like, I was in accelerated English because I just loved it. I love to read. I love to write. And those teachers, they all have very similar personalities because they were witty, they were funny, they had a very youthful personalities, and they were very, very, very involved in like the school and in their students' lives. So that passion that they had for their craft and for teaching, it transmuted into a certain type of love that I had for English itself. And it was just like, man, I don't know, it was just a different type of experience. I'm still in contact with Miss Bentley. You know what I'm saying? Like I got her and Mr. Vasquez are actually like best friends. So it's like we're all on Facebook and shit. And everybody I went to high school with, I'm still talking to everybody on Facebook. It's just
I wish I had access to all my teachers. Like Mr. Capron, he was like 6'4", tall white dude, like the nicest dude ever. Like Miss Wolf, my history teacher, I believe in like 8th grade, and Mr. Mason, my history teacher in my junior year of high school. Those three like really made an impression on my life, and I wish I was in contact with him now because I obviously shout him out in the book. Like I want him to get like a portion of the funds because I feel like he's responsible for it. Like I think this is a message. I don't know how much of our audience is like younger. Even if you're older, like don't take for granted people trying to like present you information to educate you. Like educators come to you in different portions of your life, but don't take them for granted because they really can change your life. Like if an OG or an older person is giving you some game, like pay attention, soak it in, listen to it. Because it could really shift your whole entire life, yo.
All jokes aside, that's how I've gotten ahead at such a young age.
Facts.
Think about all the obstacles that I had to face as a black male living in poverty. You feel me? There's a lot of traps that I avoided just because I was willing to listen to people who are older than me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I listened to the warnings, I listened to the advice, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a statistic. I'm still alive. I have no record. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, I don't have no kids. Like, I mean, just be willing to be humble and listen to the people who've walked this earth long enough to say something about that experience. Right. They have something to tell you. I think you should just take that, with a grain of salt.
And if you don't have like a solid foundation with your family, like expand upon that as much as you can because they won't be here forever. Yes. Like for a long ass time, I held a lot of resentment towards my family for certain things that I felt was their fault, but it was never their fault. They did what they could with what they could, you know what I mean? And we set these crazy expectations because our parents, because we look at them as like superheroes, like they're invincible, supposed to do everything perfect, but that's not the case.
Realistic.
Like as I've been slowly improving my relationship with like my mother, we're supposed to hang out tomorrow actually.
Hey,
I'm learning so much about her, and it's just really dope. She's super supportive, and my grandmother as well. Like I found out my grandmother, she was about to join the Black Panther Party, but because she found out that they was robbing banks for a certain phase of their time, her spirit went and aligned herself with that mission, so she couldn't bring herself to do it. Like when I heard that story, I was like, yo, like I look at her as like what she is now, like the sweetest, wouldn't hurt a fucking fly, unless the fly fucking tried to attack one of her family members, like. To hear that was just crazy. So I just really encourage everyone, especially like we're in quarantine still. We're at the studio, but we fucking rebels. We don't give a fuck. If you're still in the house with your family, you living at home or whatever, or your family's phone call away, like just call them and expand your relationship with them because you'll learn something about them that you may have seen in yourself and only seen in yourself. They'd be like, oh, we're similar in that aspect. We think the same. So I definitely encourage everyone to just have a good relationship with your family while they're still here. That's what I say.
I agree with that, man. I have a very close relationship with my cousins on both mom and dad's side. I'm probably that one cousin that I'm like the Fresh Prince of my family because I literally sleep and hang out. Like growing up, I was always doing sleeping and hanging out at other people's houses, like my cousins, my aunts, my uncles. Like I'm everybody's like favorite nephew, just because I the one that makes the effort to show up. You know what I'm saying? Like my family in Maryland, I have no problem driving 3.5 hours to hang out there for like a week. I used to do that all the time in college. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. How did we get to this topic?
I don't know, but we're gonna switch away from it.
I don't even remember how we got to this topic.
We're gonna switch away from it in 1 second. But I'm gonna have a real transparent moment. Like I know I seem like in a good mood. I'm a bit. I haven't really been like depressed in a while, but like I wouldn't say even classify myself as depressed. I'm just a bit bummed. I found out the other day that my grandmother on my father's side. I've never met my father. I have no contact with him, but through the early portions of my life, his mother on his side of the family, she would reach out to me like pretty much every year of my birthday, every like so many times out the year, and particularly in my birthdays, I remember she would like bring like a big ass bag of like toys, like a garbage bag full of toys, and would give it to me. And I was really receptive because, like, as a kid, you want all the toys in the world, right?
Oh yeah.
But I never really tried to expand on that relationship with her. And when I found out she passed away, I haven't spoken to her in years. I kind of have a bit of regret in my heart because it's like she really tried from the early ages of my life to have a relationship, even though my father wouldn't. And it's like I took it for granted. I let that shit fade away and not give a fuck. And I just feel shitty about it because I know in her heart she really gave a fuck about me. She gave a fuck enough. She gave the feelings. She gave an extra amount of feelings in place of what my father should have given me. And if that makes sense.
And I know you probably could have learned a lot more about him through her as well.
Right. And I just feel really shitty about myself internally that I didn't make that extra effort to maintain that relationship over the years. So rest in peace.
Right, my condolences, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, again, I'm gonna reiterate and build a relationship and maintain a relationship with every member of your family while you can.
That's important, man. I love spending time with my family when I can. Lately, I've been neglecting them because I've been more focused on loving myself. Because not all families good to be around too. Like I have some family members that talk like body shame me because I'm not the same size I was when I was a teenager, which makes no sense. And that's a common thing in my culture, even for the guys, because you would think only women get body shamed, but nah, bro, it's both. Like, first thing they be like, oh my God, you got so big, blah, blah, blah. And that shit just makes you feel like crap. So that's what makes me not come around certain people. But for the most part, I have family members, mostly my cousins that I'm close to. We're just closer in age. My little cousins, I guide them. I give them advice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's important because I don't have no brothers and sisters. So to me, all my cousins are like my siblings.
Same.
You know
That's how I look at my friends.
That's how it is. These are my siblings. Like, I have extended family, bro. Everywhere it's family, friends. That's just love, man.
But before we got on this podcast, you briefly mentioned very quickly. I think you tried to like brush it past so I wouldn't bring it up. But you have court coming up. Did you commit a crime? Are we in trouble?
So it's nothing serious.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure. But it's annoying. All right. So I got a ticket for tents. All right. But it's not a regular ticket for tents because you could just pay that shit online and, you know, go on about your life. This motherfucker wanted to give me a ticket for not having a card that is like an ID card for people with tents because you have to have a skin condition or whatever to technically have tents. So
this is new information for me.
Right. So I didn't have that card. So now all of a sudden I have to go to a court date. I don't know what for. I don't even own the car that I got the ticket for anymore. Literally got a new car. So, I mean, hopefully this shit gets dismissed. But if you want to talk about crimes, something I don't know if I mentioned. Did I mention there was a shootout where I live?
No.
Oh, my God.
Let's hear about it.
Oh, guys.
Let's talk about it. Are you okay?
I'm stressed. No, look, honestly, it didn't hit me until a couple weeks later, maybe. Until I really started, not even a couple weeks, maybe a couple days after it really hit me. So let me explain for those listening right now what happened. So I was laying in my bed, you know, regular shit, nighttime, sleep. It's 2:30 in the morning. I hear some rumbling going up upstairs. You know, my bedroom is directly downstairs from the upstairs neighbor's bedroom, and to the left wall of my bed is the staircase that leads upstairs to their apartment. So I was asleep. I heard some rumbling going on. Some people were upstairs. It's, you know, I'm used to hearing that because their kids are usually running around, and he even gets in fist fights with his wife, and it's been toxic up there. But what really woke me up was the loud ass pop that I heard. It sounded like a firecracker in the house, right? And that's what I thought it was. I'm just like, was that fucking firecracker? That shit woke me up. I'm just like, what was that? It happened right above my room. Next thing I know, I hear stumbling, and I hear people running, and then I hear my neighbor, Julio, coming down the stairs, and I hear him moaning and groaning. And he's like on the stairs, and like neighbors from like on the other side came, and they was like, yo, we got you. We're going to call the police. We're going to call the police. So he's sitting there bleeding out and stuff. They shot him in his leg. So the backstory to what happened that night, I found out later. There's a custody battle between Julio and his baby moms.
Okay.
So I guess it got ugly.
I would think so.
Right. They're both gangbangers. I think they're both MS-13. So I guess they both have those type of connections. She decided to come to the house with two guys. They were both armed. And they both tried to force themselves inside of the apartment. I don't know what for. I guess just to scare Julio. Because they ended up shooting him in the leg. Thank God he didn't hit any arteries, and it was in and out.
Right.
So that whole thing happened. Detectives show up. They're just trying to investigate the scene. Remind you, Julio's son was upstairs during this whole thing.
You know how old the son is?
Probably like 3.
Fuck.
Young, bro. Young.
Fuck.
Traumatic. And they fought in front of him before. They've had whole like fist fights before. Like that kid's gonna be traumatized, man. But yeah. So the thing that really got me was that it happened right above my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that kept replaying in my head is, what if that bullet would have went through the floor and hit me while I was asleep? You know, and that's when I realized, like, yo, I gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I gotta get out the hood for real. Like, I didn't grow up living in the hood. I grew up in Roselle. It has its hood parts, but in my opinion, that was the suburbs. I loved it. It wasn't until my adulthood that I started living in the hood, because that's what I could afford. Because my parents, I wasn't living with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's been, living downtown Elizabeth has been my most close up experience with living in the hood, and that shit is really rough and it's uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go, like ready. That was the last straw. I'm just like, yo, I could have died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What if that shit would have got real ugly? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
what if them niggas went in the wrong apartment? Or
that's
whatever,
what I'm saying. What if they came downstairs?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was just like, man, I know certain people like to glorify the hood and everything like that. Like, I do love my relationships that I have with people in the hood and everything like that. But safety-wise, man, look, I ain't no gangster, dog. You feel me? Like, I got a lot of friends who bang, a lot of friends who's crib. That's their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge. I still love them. But that's not me. You feel me? I don't know. That's not my lifestyle. But it is what it is. You feel me? I'm around it, so I have to find a way to survive. That's the thing. It's like, when you're impoverished and you're black and you're from the hood, you have no choice but to be a part of certain parts of the culture.
To survive.
To survive. You feel me? Like, you have no choice but to interact with certain types of people. You have no choice. Because then it's like, if you don't, then, you think you better than us? Next thing you know, you're a target.
And especially if you in the hood, like, who you know is really key to your survival.
Yeah. And I've always known that, because like I said, like, I grew up in Roselle. Like, it has a lot of hood niggas in it, but I don't consider it the hood. Mm-hmm. But I already knew a little bit about the rules of living in the hood. But it wasn't until I moved there in 2015, that's when I really knew what it was like to live in the hood. And it's nothing to brag about, man. It's really not, man. It's sad, man, seeing crackheads and alcoholics every day. You know what I'm saying? Seeing kids playing around on dirty sidewalks. You know what I'm saying? It's poorly maintained. The neighborhood smells like piss. It sucks, bro. Like, it sucks.
That's like, so like, for me, like, this is like going away from the hood for a second. Like, I did grow up in the hood, Irvington, New Jersey. It was really bad. I saw somebody get shot right in front of me around like 8 years old.
My parents live in Irvington right now.
I don't know if my mom knows that, but she'll probably text me about it afterwards. But like, you're seeing. So for me, like, I'm gonna tie this all back into what you're saying. When I was working at like Nissan, I worked at Nissan for a bit. That was the worst job I'd ever been at.
I second that, because I worked there too.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's right. And I constantly saw examples every day, 7 to 3:30. I saw examples of who I didn't want to be like when I was older. I didn't want to fucking be like the guy Johnson, fucking just working it out, staying there until he get his retirement check. You know what I mean? And to tie it into back to what you're saying, you're seeing examples of what you don't want your life to be like for your children and for yourself. So that's extra motivation for you to get the fuck out.
That's why I think this was a major part of my development as a man. And it was real critical, because living where I live at now really made me value myself. It really made me value peace and quiet. It made me value progression and where I've come from and where I'm headed. You know what I'm saying? Because I see how certain people have no hope in the hood, bro. There's some people, you look in their eyes and it's like, man, this is it. This is the beginning, middle, and end for them. They're probably gonna live in that little small apartment until they die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people's whole lives will be spent in the hood. And that's just a constant reminder of what I don't want, because I never wanted to be limited by my skin color or by my geographical positioning, because I can't help where I was born at. I can't help the socioeconomic status that I'm at. My parents didn't have money. They're immigrants. They didn't make the right financial decisions. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with the effects and the end result of their poor decisions. And that's an obstacle that I have to face.
Is it a poor decision, or did they just do what they could?
That's true too, but there was definitely poor decisions made.
Yeah, I'm sure along the way, but maybe that decision was like bred from their only option.
Yes and no, certain situations, but
yeah, I don't know.
I know you're just playing devil's advocate, which is fine, but I know for a fact both my parents made selfish decisions, even for themselves, where it just crippled their progression as adults. I mean, I can't hold it against them because I understand they were coming from another country. They got caught up in the pop culture. They were living that life. My dad's a musician. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was living that life. My parents were really, really on the scene. You know, they were both popular, both, you know, on the dating scene. So that's kind of the life they were about. They weren't really very focused on money. They weren't very entrepreneurial. You know what I'm saying? My dad was a hustler, but he only hustled to get money to be fly and to have money for women and for pleasure. You know what I'm saying?
The one lesson I wish I was taught growing up was how to be financially illiterate.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, like even now, sometimes I still spend frivolously, and I really try not to. But I just like buying. Sometimes buying things just makes me feel good internally.
I relate to you, brother. Like, I'm not gonna cap. I must have spent, like, since I went to Cali, like, everything from Cali to today, I must have spent like $5,000, bro.
Shit, tell me about it.
You know what
Chase
I'm saying?
tells me how much I spent, and I don't even want to look at it.
Like, it's funny. It's my Chase card that I was using. Swipe life. Yeah. Yo, I was living it up in August.
Swiping with no fear feels so good.
It does, because you know you're going to be able to pay it back. Like, you're good. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, I'm good. I got money. Like, it's hard to not act like a rich nigga even when you're not. You know what I'm saying? Even though you have a little bit of money, it's hard not to. It's just like, when I started treating myself, I kind of just fall into this hypnotic rhythm, and I just start, you know what I'm saying, just buying shit, bro. I bought like 2 pair of Jordans on one order.
I saw. No, you don't have to tell me. I saw already. I saw on your Instagram. You posted it. You tried to stunt. I saw it.
Can I just go over some of the major purchases I made this month? And I'm not trying to brag, bro. I think I have a problem. I paid for I paid for a trip to California. It was fun. I must have bought an eighth every 2 days. Like, every 2 days. I was there for a week. I must have bought an eighth every 2 days. I had a rental while I was out there.
You had to pay by the hour, or you pay in bulk? Like,
pay in bulk for the period of time you're out there. Drove out to Arizona and rented some ATVs. And before I went out there, I went shopping. I had bought like $200 worth of T-shirts, and I bought 5 pair of Levi jeans. Because I had no jeans.
Levi, if you're listening, please sponsor the podcast.
I love Levi's.
Same. I do too.
I bought a new pair of Adidas running sneakers. I needed those. All right.
Did you?
I did.
Or did you want
because
them?
I outgrew my old sneakers. Like, I don't know why, but all of a sudden I wear a size 12 and my sneakers are like a size 11.
Hey, Bigfoot.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is that, but yeah. So I gave them to my little cousin, so I had to, replenish.
Sure.
So I bought those. I bought another pair of Adidas sneakers. Those were just for fashion. Then I bought 2 pair of Jordans, some 11 Reds, and I bought some black and blue Space Jams.
I don't blame you on those. Okay.
I love those. I never bought those kind of Jordans before, so it was my first time. And then I forgot, I got tatted too. I spent $1,000 on tats, and I got my next tattoo appointment.
When is it?
On the 9th.
When do you get where is it on your body gonna be?
It's gonna be on this side of my forearm, the back side of my forearm. Okay. I'm getting Roselle, which is my hometown. I'm getting that tattooed on my arm.
Roselle, New Jersey, for the unaware.
Yeah, Roselle, New Jersey, baby.
For the South African listeners, because I see you. Hello.
908.
But yeah, like, just to put a bow on like that situation you've been to. First of all, I'm glad you're fucking okay.
Thank you.
That's even more motivation for you to get the fuck out of there, because you don't need to be there. You don't deserve to be there, because you're a necessary component to a lot of people's lives and to the universe, because like the energy you emit, the content you put out, the work you put in is necessary for the progression of the planet. So the fact that you're still here, I'm eternally grateful for that fact. And you're gonna get the fuck out of there. Like we both. It's
just a matter of time.
That's just another reminder, you know. Yeah. But if you mentioned their Bloods, right? They're in a gang.
MS-13s.
Whatever. Like, these fucking gang members, they got all this energy for themselves, whatever. Put that shit towards the people who's come into the communities and fucking shit up. Like, you wasting your energy. Granted, personal situations are hard to avoid, whatever. You live with that longer than you live with the people who come into your hoods and fuck the shit up. But, like, transfer that same energy to the fucking portions of your neighborhood who really need it. Like, protect, fucking these gangsters and these fucking thugs. Like, they need to be fucking like street. We need more street justice, yo.
I agree with that.
There would be a lot less Trayvon Martins. There'd be a lot less fucking Jacob Blakes. Thank God you fucking survived, my nigga. Keep fighting. I'm sorry you're paralyzed, but keep fighting.
And it's funny because that's the original reason the Crips even started. You know what I'm saying? It was meant to protect the neighborhood from police brutality and other injustices that were going on. So it's just like, we need to get back to that, because a lot of my homies, like I said, a lot of my homies are Crip. They're good people, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, they have that protective mentality when it comes to their brothers, you know what I'm saying? But I think we should also have that as a whole community. Like, I could say my niggas from Roselle, they really do look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? They do. But overall, on a societal standpoint, I do agree in the black community, our gangsters need to run these streets for real and, you know, stop this, protect us from, like, these motherfuckers that's trying to, you know, brutalize us. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's crazy, bro. Like, I seen a video online, it was in New Orleans. It was these group of black men, all armed legally, standing together against protecting some protesters against some white supremacists who were trying to attack them. And he was basically like, oh, we got our guns too. Everything's legal. What you want to do? Right. You know what I'm saying? I love that energy. These niggas was banging. You know what I'm saying? They really was from the streets. And they was like, nah, we about to put this energy somewhere different. What you want to do? And I'm just like, man, that shit was the most gangster shit I ever saw in my life. I'm like, man, to me, that truly brings in perspective what gangs really were about. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't all about robbing, stealing, and selling drugs when people started this shit. It was really about, yo, we got to look out for each other. We got to, you know what I'm saying, protect each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? And truthfully, if you want to put a bow tie on it, like, the robbing, stealing, and selling drugs is because, like, of what happens in the hood. Like, there's not many options other than robbing, stealing, and selling drugs. Yeah. So it's just like, what else are you gonna do? So it's like the white people, it is white people who fucking come in, gentrify these neighborhoods and like gentrify the neighborhood right next door, who increase the fucking value of the properties in the neighborhood that you're living in, the neighborhood next door. Like, it's hard for you to have any other options. So it's just like, what else do you expect us to do, bro? And it's like, shit needs to change. And like, I know people say that all the time, shit needs to change. Like, and I don't have all the answers. Like, I wish I did, but it's like, I just gotta just say a thank you and like a shout out to the everyone who's like still protesting. Like, I know our social media feeds like aren't really and the news like aren't showing that type of shit anymore because it's not benefiting them anymore. But I really want to give a shout out and a personal thank you to everyone who's still. There was a fucking protest today in D.C. And I think it was in it was because of the Jacob Blake situation. But I just want to thank you because like y'all really still continue to bring awareness of what's going on and how us black people are being affected by the conditions that was set upon us in this country. We need to keep that awareness going because like if we don't say it and we don't express it and we don't show it, it'll never change. I agree 100%.
I'm sick of it all. So like I don't feel comfortable enough going to a protest. I don't identify as a fighter in that sense. I feel like I feel more comfortable behind a microphone and behind my art to express my message and express how we could progress ourselves in the country. But to the ones who are brave enough and confident enough to keep doing it every day, I appreciate you. I love you. Stay safe and thank you.
Word up, man. Shout out to the people that's on the front lines. risking themselves and their safety to make a point, to make a message heard. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you, Jeff. Like, everybody has a different strategy on how they can contribute to the fight. As long as you contribute, that's what really matters. You know what I'm saying? For me, I was able to put together a small little petition to help, make certain things illegal as far as the force that police could use on a detained individual. And it's ironic how that same energy was already founded right by the universe, because I heard that there is a federal law now that made chokeholds illegal. And it was just crazy because it's like, man, I don't know what it is, what the relationship is with that type of energy, but it's like it was an idea, and it's funny how it manifested itself in a different form.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't say that my petition was the petition that made that happen, but the fact that my energy and my thoughts were in that direction, it's like, yo, I think collectively as a people, that has a lot of influence on what happens.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, CR and I are doing our part to keep the progression of our people going and just the inspiration flowing. But again, thank you to all the protesters, because y'all are keeping me going simultaneously. Right, can we get into? I feel like you and I have been moving along simultaneously in terms of how our relationships with women have progressed. Without saying any names out, and maybe even without even saying specific situations, how are the ladies treating you, my brother, these days?
Man, I love talking about the ladies. It's been tough, Jeff. It's been tough.
Tell me about it. Vent to me.
Dating has been so ass for me, bro. Because I just keep meeting people that I just don't click with, yo. I keep meeting people that I just don't. I don't know if it's because I'm becoming myself even more that is making it harder for me to click with certain people. But it's just like, and also I got to work on my patience, because it'd be certain things that turn me off about an individual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm getting older, and I don't have the same tolerance that I used to have. And I've evolved to a place now where my intentions are not purely for sex. Now,
about time.
I know, about fucking time, right? Now, but I'm not getting laid because I'm not trying anymore, right?
Okay.
So that sucks. I mean, I did get some like 2 weeks ago, but that was the first time in like 2 months, and that wasn't even all that. You know what I'm saying? That last moment was actually what confirmed to me that I need to focus my energy into establishing a real intellectual personality connection with people before I have sex. And that's just that simple. I'm going to have sex again. I'm going to get laid, but I at least want it to be with somebody I care about, somebody I'm interested in dating. That's where I'm at in my life now. I'm 28 fucking years old. I've had a lot of sex in my life. Meaningless sex, and I'm tired of it. Now I'm ready to actually have sex with somebody that I care about again. I mean, I've done it before. I've been in a relationship. I was in a relationship, but that didn't pan out how I needed it to pan out. But it's been real interesting, man. Let me tell you, man. Some of these girls, man, they bougie, man. They don't reply. Some of them don't like to reply, bro.
Yo, can I tell you an experience I had as a newly single man? I fucking hop in this girl's DMs. She posted something on her story. She was looking good, real good. I gave her a little hard eyes and a little sweet DM maybe a few hours after.
Okay.
She responded to me with her OnlyFans link. I was so offended.
Wow.
Yo, bruh, I was so mad, yo. Like, what type of fucking thirsty ass nigga do you think I'm in?
Now. Yo, I'm about to stop trying to bag women off the internet. I'm about to stop, bro.
You gotta wear a mask to fucking talk to a girl nowadays. How you gonna talk to a girl in person?
It's hard, but I'm about to start going to Hoboken. I don't care if I go out to the outdoor dining by my fucking self and pick up somebody at the bar. Because I swear to God, I think I'm having such a problem because I'm like relying on social media to like connect with people, and I gotta realize not everybody's on there to do that. You know what I'm saying?
But there's that back of the mind fear. I feel like everyone has of catching COVID. So how are you gonna present yourself in a different way to talk to people in public?
I don't know, dog. There's questions I do not have answers.
I was at the grocery store fucking yesterday. I saw some beautiful black queens. I could tell they were beautiful with the mask on. And I don't want to talk to them so bad. I'm like, yo, I don't know how she feels and like what her fears of COVID are. So I'm just gonna let her. I'm gonna let her walk past me to the fucking ground beef aisle. I'm not gonna say nothing. But bro, I was so offended by getting that fucking OnlyFans link. I was genuinely upset. Like she didn't even say thank you or even like the fucking response. She just sent the link. Like I'm some thirsty jerking off ass nigga like every day. I mean,
That's whack. Yo.
yeah, like I was just like,
It's whack.
I was genuinely offended.
It's funny because I was low key talking to this. Well, trying to talk to the girl who lives in Canada or whatever. She was cute.
You got a passport?
Huh?
You got a passport?
Yeah, I've been had a passport. I went to DR.
My bad. I'm just asking.
Yes, I have a passport. One stamp so far. But nah, son.
I got 4.
Flex. Okay.
Damn.
Anyway. So yeah, she's from fucking Canada, right?
The
She
6.
was cool. Yeah, she was, attractive or whatever. So we were talking regular fucking conversation, bro. I'm talking about like I had her laughing. She's like telling me about herself. And then and it's funny because I really was talking to her just because she was attractive, and it wasn't until because she's different. She has an OnlyFans, but she doesn't have the OnlyFans link directly. She has a link tree with her OnlyFans.
That's how she gets you.
Right.
What's the other site? Her YouTube channel?
I don't know. I forgot. I didn't fucking pay attention to that shit.
Okay.
But anyway, so
Shout out
she
to
had that, and I was like, "What? You're an OnlyFans model?" And I don't knock the hustle or nothing, but I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of just like, okay. I was a little disappointed because I'm like, damn, were you talking to me because you actually like me, or are you about to hit me with a, hey, so do you want to subscribe? And sure enough,
Oh my God.
she did it in a jokey way. And then I was just like, I told her straight up, like, yo, I actually just wanted to get to know you. I thought you were pretty cool. I didn't even know you do OnlyFans. And then we ended up still having regular conversation, but still, it was just like,
Ladies, I understand you want to increase your resume and build your portfolio as an entrepreneur.
I want that money.
And I know it's a pandemic, so you may not be inclined to link up with newer people. But that's just offensive, yo. Don't talk to me like a normal person and then send me your OnlyFans link. I'm really dead ass offended. Let me ask you this. I think I'm on somebody's OnlyFans.
What do you mean?
I think
They have video of you?
I think I'm on my.
Your exes?
I think I might need to edit this out. I think I might need to edit this part out.
Nah, bro.
I think I'm on. Because I think I'm on my ex's OnlyFans and I'm not getting a cut.
Oh, which egg? Oh, never mind. Can't say that on air.
Yeah.
Tell me later.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you think I should ask for?
Yes, motherfucker. What?
And this is comedy style. This is joking. I'm trying to fucking string the podcast numbers along and the time. But do you think I should ask for a cut if she makes any money off that video?
Get some money, nigga. she should definitely, I'm saying, definitely give you a cut, bro. She's using your image and likelihood to profit.
Yeah. My voice is in it.
Yeah.
I'll rewatch the video.
You need some monies.
Yeah, for me, like, I've had no problem. Like, I can't have sex with a woman without being able to like them. If I can't talk to you and genuinely enjoy talking to you and genuinely enjoy your energy, I'm not going to be able to have sex with you. My dick will not move.
That's how I'm feeling now. And I've evolved to that because I wasn't always like that. I was a fucking hornball, and I was able to have sex if I couldn't stand you. It was like, I used to feel like mad depressed after. So now I know that I don't want to do that anymore. Plus, I'm an empath. So, yeah.
So I feel like I've made it. Hopefully, I've made it clear to everyone I'm interacting with recently that I'm not looking for a new relationship anytime soon. I'm just looking for, again, I think I said on the last podcast, I'm addicted to intimacy.
Yeah,
I love every facet of intimacy. The text at night, all during the day, the random FaceTimes, the fucking random dates, like all forms of intimacy I'm really addicted to. And I think that's what works for me now as a aspiring entrepreneur, as a future New York Times bestselling author.
Speak it into existence.
Yes. So it's like intimacy, like the way my definition of intimacy works for me currently. I'm not looking for no type of relationship anytime soon.
That's what's up.
You've been single a lot longer than I, though. So are you looking for a relationship?
I'm ready for a relationship, but it has to be a very particular type of relationship. It has to be a full-grown adult relationship. I know. What
does that mean?
Yeah, I wanted to fucking define that a bit more. So I've never been in a fucking relationship. Like every relationship I've been in has had some type of condition, right? Like one relationship, I was dating this girl. She was Paki, right? So because of our cultures,
wait, she was Pakistani?
Yes.
Oh.
So because of that, I knew we would never be like married or anything. I would never meet her family.
You assume that?
No, I know that. We've had the conversation.
Oh, okay.
Like because I'm not Muslim and I'm not of her culture, her family would disown her. You feel me?
Shit.
Yes,
Fuck.
that's literally been something that has affected my love life before, and this is somebody I'm still cool with.
Shout out to her.
Right. So that was a very difficult like thing to deal with, bro. And what were we talking about originally?
Like you're talking about going into a new relationship, what you require.
Okay, so yeah, so like I need so that relationship, right? Then with my last ex, she lived in Maryland. I lived in Jersey.
Yes.
So that put so much pressure and stress on the relationship itself, just being that far from each other. I'm tired of dealing with that and also dealing with people who have certain restrictions. Like I've dated women who still live with their parents, you know what I'm saying? And they're in their mid-20s and it's like they have certain things like, oh, yeah, we can't smoke in the house or we can't. I'm just like, yo.
That's pretty normal.
But that's normal, but it's also like that's a reminder of my age and I'm ready for something grown. That's why it's like also like I feel like I'm ahead of my time and I have to be patient with my fellow cohorts because we're all around the same age and not all of us are all on the same maturity level. Some of us are still living with our parents, some of us are just getting into our careers, some of us, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's hard for me because my mind is already beyond that. Like I'm about to buy my first property. My credit's like 780 something. Like I'm ready for big boy shit. You feel me?
I saw you posted your credit, and I'm not gonna lie. My first thought was like, "Oh, this nigga is just trying to shit." I feel like my first thought was like, "This nigga posted that for a specific person to see that."
Nah, nobody specific. I really posted it just because one, I felt great about it.
Yeah, as you should.
I want to inspire people to really take their financial health seriously. And I'm just proud of myself. That's the highest credit score I ever had in my life, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm 28. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's going to only go up because I'm about to get my student loans forgiven, too. And it was only $4,000 anyway. Mm-hmm. And I'm still tweaking little things for my credit report. It's just like, I'm just in a different mindset. And it's hard to find people who relate to that at my age. They exist, but they're usually taken already. The ones who are already thinking how I think, they either taken already or they don't live anywhere near me. Right. And I'm not doing another long distance.
Never again.
Yeah, I've met some great women, but they never live near me. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my
I've been married like 4 times now. Like I've been married like 4 times with women who don't live near me, like who I can't fucking pull up on.
Yeah, just pull up on. Man. That sucks, bro, because it's just like, man, like I've made some dope connect. Like there was this one, I'm still cool with her. Shout out to Tina Aquafina.
Oh, she gets the name shout out.
She gets the name shout out.
If you're watching this, shout out to you. Continue.
Shout out to her. She's cool as hell. Like she's a Libra, and this is when I realized that
she should be.
Right. This is when I realized I had such a high compatibility with Libras.
Right. And you didn't think about that when you connected with me?
I'm talking about dating wise.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I forgot because my best friend Will, my best cousin Ricky, you guys are all Libras. You know what I'm saying? Then I realized I had a lot of influence with Libras. But anyway, so me and her connected over Instagram, and she loves the show. She listens to the episodes.
Oh.
Yeah, she's mad cool. So it was like, man, such a genuine connection. And we still cool now, but we both acknowledge like, yo, she's not going to uproot and just move and change her whole life. Like she lives in Florida. Her parents live in Georgia. Like her life is down south. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my life is in New Jersey. So it just sucks because it's like, yo, I swear if we were from the same state, we'd be dating right now. Like she's that dope. You know what I'm saying? But
it's a shame, man.
It sucks.
I be thinking about shit like that. Like sometimes I feel like even when we were talking to Jasmine on the last episode, like she's in a polyamorous relationship, and I was just thinking like, maybe that's for me. Like I'm freaked out at the fact that I feel like I may not be able to have like a committed monogamous relationship that society put on us, like a marriage, like white picket fence, house, like kids and shit like that. I really am freaked out about that.
I know. I feel that too because it's like ideally, yeah, I want that, but is it realistic? Am I really gonna be happy? Am I gonna be satisfied?
I feel like I'm more comfortable with multiple women in my life.
Right. You know what I would be comfortable with? I would love having me and my main chick And like, you know what I'm saying? Like if she liked girls too and we were down for that, you know what I'm saying? And that would be the most that we do to like, you know, step out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that I'm cool with, but not necessarily, okay, well, you're free to hook up with who you want. I'm free to hook up with who I want. If we're doing this, I want us to do this together. You know what I'm saying? Like me, you were the OGs and these are like our peasants. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I have to do it. But
and you know, it's crazy. My last relationship, like I was really down to marry that girl. Like I was committed to it. I had the specific ring, how I would do it. Like, and I feel like
the very last one.
The very last one. And I felt like I kind of feel like I'm not gonna be able to get that again.
That feeling,
that connection, that comfort level. Like I really like strive for some. I really like crave someone to accept me, and like I did a lot of bullshit with this chick. I did a lot that she didn't agree with. I did a lot that she wasn't familiar with, but she accepted me. And I really fear that I'll never be able to get that again.
Remember something, Jeff. We do not live by fear. We live by faith, brother.
God damn it. You right.
You can't allow fear to corrupt your mind. Fear is an illusion, Jeff.
It is.
It's an illusion. Jeff, here's the reality, okay?
What's the reality?
What are you, 29?
I turned 29 on October 17th.
Even better, right? You haven't even reached your prime, bro. All right? Remember what Uncle John said?
What did Uncle John say? Remind me. Remind the audience.
Uncle John.
Shout out to Uncle John,
Shout out to Uncle John.
We got to have him back on.
Seriousness and silliness.
That's my guy.
He said that we are young and we're still building value in ourselves. The type of women that we want, Jeff,
yes,
they exist, but they're not at this level. We have to acquire more and put more into ourselves to elevate ourselves, develop ourselves.
Yes. I need a lot of work
access. Exactly. So do I. That's why I'm not beasting for a girlfriend, because I understand why I'm having so many problems with the women that I'm meeting, right? It's because I expect more than what's being given, right? So I have to do more for myself. I have to upgrade myself in every aspect, and that's an ongoing journey.
I'm protecting the women. Like I've uncovered some manipulative parts of my personality that's really bad. Like I could be pretty manipulative, and it's like convincing.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to work on myself where I'm not doing that, and I'm comfortable within my own spirit.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at too, because I've been in that position where I've tried to manipulate and use, my interactions with them to get sex or whatever, and I'm just so over that now. If it's not genuinely a connection, I'm just like, yo, I'm good. Like I had a girl literally hit me up on Instagram and offer to cook for me.
That was her first message?
That wasn't her first message. It was. I'm
say,
just saying, like, but she worked her way up to it, and she was like, I've been real curious about you, blah blah blah. And I'm not gonna name no names.
Tell me after.
Yeah, but so I was flattered. And I don't know if this is. I don't think this is bad. I think this is just realistic.
I feel like this is about to be bad.
She wasn't my cup of tea.
What do you mean?
Visually. And I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds so bad, but I wasn't attracted to her, yo. Okay. And I can't lie to myself.
You can't fake it.
I can't fake it. I was so flattered, and it felt so like she was really trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like she really put herself out there. She's like, oh, all right, well, I'm going to ask him this.
Bro. And if the dick don't get hard off a selfie, it's not gonna work, man.
Not gonna work. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm not gonna name no names, but it was just like, nah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that ain't it. Like, right. I feel like I don't know why this just came to mind, but there is somebody that it's a previous guest we actually had that I've been trying to talk to.
Ooh,
they've been super fucking busy, which is understandable, and it's just like, yo. This is the first time that I've been actually intrigued, and like
I think I know who you talk about, and I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised at my damn self, because honestly, I thought I would have been done. But you know what got me? When she hit me back, even after I unfollowed her and just like totally deliberately just was like, all right, if you're not gonna reply to me, then you have no access to me.
Yeah.
Like that's how it was coming.
That's a fact.
The fact that she acknowledged it and gave me props and still hit me up like, yo, what's up? I'm just like, damn, she don't care about none of that. Like, she confident as hell, yo. That shit was
Knowing
attractive.
her profession, yeah, I would think so.
That was attractive as hell. So now, we're planning to link up in a couple weeks after she's finishing taking her LSAT or whatever. So she's studying for that. So right now, as far as prospects, like that's somebody I'm interested in genuinely getting to know.
That's amazing, man, and I'm glad I could set that up for you because
That was an
I take full credit for that.
You do take.
No, I'm being honest though.
You should take full credit because I didn't see it coming. I didn't think, and then it's so ironic because she ended up saying she found me attractive as well. So it was just like, damn, like so she was kind of peeping the kid.
Damn, I wonder if she thought I was attractive. Am I attractive? Yo, leave a comment on the YouTube video. Am I an attractive individual? Not so insecure for a second.
Why? Why do you do that?
Because
why do you automatically compare?
I need the validation. I need that.
God,
I need that.
Jesus.
I'm kidding.
All
Fuck
right,
out of
good,
here. No,
good.
I'm kidding.
All right, because you're handsome, man. You're out
Thank
here.
you. Yo.
You are. You're out here.
Yo.
You have a great body. I'm trying to get that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a body like that.
Gas me
I'm
up.
jogging every morning.
Put the gas in the gas tank.
I'm just saying, man, super unleaded, guys.
Nah, we out here though. Like I also think it's really important that we're having this conversation for our listeners. Maybe strictly for our male, but like our female listeners too. Like sometimes guys just aren't fully comfortable within themselves to be able to provide you what you're seeking.
That's true.
We got to work on ourselves first. Like we tell you, we're not looking for a relationship. We're doing it for your benefit.
For your benefit. It's not because we don't like you, or maybe sometimes it is we don't like you, but it's not always because, we don't think you're valuable or you're not wifey material. But sometimes it's like, truthfully, it's like, yo, if I'm going to be with somebody, I want to be my best self to know that was the best I could get. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the best that I can get. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how that sounds, but it's the truth. I want the best personality, best looking, best morals, the best that I can get. So to get that, I got to be the best I can be.
I need a woman that respects that I'm still working on myself and still trying to make my dreams come true. Like, I'm not telling you have to deal with it, but I feel like a lot of women get discouraged when they're dating a man or talking to a man consistently. And I'm like, yo, I don't know if I'm ready for that next step because I still have things I want to accomplish. And I feel like women get discouraged because they feel like they don't know how long they're going to take, so they feel like they'll end up wasting their time. But it's like, if you just trust in us a bit and believe in us and stay by us, because you may even end up being that main factor that helps us succeeding.
And then what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get a ring on your finger, girl.
And you don't have fucking...
But that's the thing, yo. That's the thing, right? That pisses me off about a lot of women. They don't want to take that gamble. It's almost like they want to guarantee that, yo, if I fuck with you, you're going to be my man, right?
Some of them deserve it.
They do. But at the same time, it's like, yo, I feel like this. You should never put pressure on a female to give you sex, and a female should never put pressure on you to be in a relationship. Both those things should happen organically.
Talk that talk.
That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? If there's a mutual understanding of what this interaction is for, what the intentions are of this interaction, I feel like all that stuff is going to come together when it's supposed to come together. You feel me? But that's just my philosophy.
And that's why I'm learning and I'm doing more is say all that shit from the gate. Don't waste a fucking chick's time.
Don't waste her time.
Don't waste a dude's time.
Because that's what I've been saying to these girls. I'm like, yo, I'm loving myself right now. Like, yes, I want a girlfriend, but let me tell you, like, look, this is what I need. Like, I need a girl who's going to treat me like a motherfucking king. I'm keeping it real. Because I had a love reading the other day. Shout out to Amelia. She came over and did a reading for me with her tarot cards.
Let's get her on the podcast. Set that up.
All right, I'll set that up. You want her in studio?
Whatever.
She's in New York, actually. No,
Whatever.
she's in Patterson.
Whatever you could do.
I would love to get her in studio. I'm gonna text her after the show and let her know. But anyway, yeah. So my guy, she was telling me, like, first off, she was saying you're messy. You need to stop being messy, which is so true. Low key, I'm messy. I be trying to mess with a lot of my exes, and I need to. I cut that out. I'm done. I'm done.
I don't blame you.
You feel me?
The exes be looking better over time, man.
Tell me about it. But yeah. I be getting so distracted. I forgot the main point of this. But anyway, so Amelia was just telling me how I need to just focus on loving myself. You know what I'm saying? Focus on loving myself and putting that energy and pouring it into myself. And you know what I'm saying, eventually I'm going to attract a woman for me. And I also had to realize I had to be honest about what I wanted. I want a female to treat me like a king. Yes, I want you to baby me. Yes, I want you to treat me like the most valuable motherfucker in the world. Like, yes, you know why? Because that's how I'm going to treat you. I'm going to give you all that energy right back. I'm not going to ask for nothing that I'm not going to give. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been in, well, I'm not going to say never. I've been in relationships with women who treated me very well, but it was before I was really receptive and ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm a grown man, that I'm older, and I understand the value of what a woman's nurturing nature could really do for you, now that's all I want.
Can I ask you a question? Because my ex would kind of call me out on this in certain situations where she felt like I would like expect her to coddle me in certain situations and be there for me and support me no matter what I was expressing. Do you feel like you crave that and I crave that because it's a lack of what we experience from our mothers or our families?
Absolutely, 100%, yes.
Okay.
It's 100% a correlation.
I just wanted that awareness out there.
It's totally a correlation, but you know what, Jeff? We can't change that. We can't change what we need, Jeff. That's what we need because of that. At least we know why. There's men who treat women like shit and they don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying we treat women like shit, but I'm saying
Definitely
like
not.
we know why we need to be treated a certain type of way or we're not going to be happy. And it's just realistic. And if a female can't get with that, then she can't get with that, because there's women who need to be loved a certain type of way because of how they were raised as well.
There's women who enjoy being loved because they weren't loved properly.
Exactly. So that's where I'm at. I need to be loved because I haven't been loved properly from my parents. You know what I'm saying? They've tried their best that they could, but the type of love that I needed, I didn't get, especially in my adolescence.
Yes.
So now I'm looking for that type of intimacy and romantic love that I can get from a woman. And I need that to, you know, in a way compensate for that missing love that I didn't get from my parents.
I vividly remember a lot of the conversations between me and my ex, and like she did make me want to grow past that desire for that coddling, because like the coddling, I even can acknowledge it fucked me up.
Yeah.
My mom
It babies you.
My mom and my grandmother, like they weren't honest with me enough with my fuck ups, because every time going forward in my life when I got a fuck up, I felt like everything would be okay, or like it wasn't like my fault or anything. I didn't take accountability. That's my big problem in relationships. I don't take accountability for a lot of the shit that I do.
My biggest thing wasn't, I don't want to be coddled all the time. That's not it. But I have my moments when I'm vulnerable, like when I'm really like, when I need to boo love, or when I'm feeling depressed, or when I need to boo love with my shorty, like, yo, she needs to be all over me. In those moments, she's got to be the ultimate woman for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect it 24/7 because I don't need it 24/7. I'm a G. You feel me? Like, I'm an alpha male. Like, I'm not always going to be in my feelings. But when I am in my feelings, I need that softness. I need that. I just need that, yo. And I don't get that from nowhere else, man.
My ex made me want to, like, switch that part of my personality up. I'm not back in therapy yet full time, but I'm going to really talk about my therapist about that and get her perspective on that. But my last relationship was life-changing for real. That's pretty much what I'll say. And even going back to the moments with, like, hopefully they're doing well, Coco and Lainey, when they were in the podcast, they would say a lot to me, and I would fight against that. I would argue against that. I would get defensive against that, but because I subconsciously expected that coddling feeling, that agreement to what I was saying, and that agreement to how I was feeling. But they were genuinely honest people with me, and I have a bit of regret for that because I wish I just listened more, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I think there should be a good balance, because at the same time, as you shouldn't always be looking for coddling and stuff like that, at the same time, you're human. I
am human.
You're going to need a tender touch, and not for nothing, generally speaking, it's hard for sometimes our black women to give us that tender touch. Sometimes their love is a bit hard. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to loving us, you know what I'm saying? Like, from my experience, a lot of the black women that I've dealt with, they were loving and caring, but their love wasn't always soft and gentle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it was like, you know, it was stern. It was very, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, sometimes that's how it had to be, because they were, what they went through, you know what I'm saying? They had to be strong. So they just built this skin that's so tough and impenetrable, you know what I'm saying? Right. That's the only way they know. And it's hard, bro.
Life is hard. Yeah. But I think if you kind of have moments like we kind of just had on tonight's episode, like that awareness, that self-analyzation, you'll kind of progress as a human being even further.
Yeah, I agree.
I
think we're. I don't see anybody in the control room, but I know for a fact it's been an hour.
Oh yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna continue till somebody comes back.
Oh.
I really do hold a lot of regret with how my experiences with the black women in my life have been. Like Lainey, Coco.
I miss them.
My ex, I miss them too. I mean,
I really miss them.
And let's just keep it a buck. Like, it's my fault. It's my fault that the podcast is in this situation. I mean, I feel like the very last conversation, I will stand by this to the end of time. I feel like that's not my fault. I just asked for help for one of the first times in my life, and how it was received and how it was perceived was not my fault. Maybe we'll get into this around episode 150. I don't know, but maybe you would have to reach out to them. Maybe have them come back on the podcast. Maybe to try to come to some reconciliation and some clear dialogue. Because I personally need closure. I need closure for my situation.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I was wrong, but I can acknowledge where I was wrong.
I think we should, if we do have that, I feel like we should all go to dinner together and have a real conversation.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not on the podcast. But I just, Lainey doesn't live in New York anymore.
Where'd she go?
I don't know, but I was having a moment of like weirdness where I missed her, and I looked on her Instagram, and she doesn't live in New York anymore.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Where's what?
I don't know. I'm too scared. I'm too like the last conversation I had with Coco was not the greatest, and Lainey I haven't tried, but I would like to. I hold a lot of guilt on my spirit from that situation, and for the listeners, I'm sorry if you enjoyed their contribution to the podcast. You could best believe I sure did, and we wouldn't have been able to do our first sold out live show without them, and hopefully we could provide some closure for you as well as for me, because I hold a lot of guilt from that, and I feel really bad because it took me so long to transition to this mind state, into this version of myself that I'm in. I feel like if I got to this place sooner, we still could be doing it. These two chairs right here could be filled up with them. So I do. If somehow you made it to this portion of the podcast and you're listening, Coco and Lainey, I'm sorry, and I miss you. Miss you guys, bro.
Miss you guys, man.
Yeah.
I miss the smell of Lainey's weed when she comes in late.
I was listening. I was listening to like older episodes while I was working, and just the snapping, the connection. It was just there. It was always there. Even if we didn't have something, just like tonight, like we had nothing planned.
Yeah, but it was fun.
It always worked out. And set that up. Please try to set that up.
I've been in contact like sparingly with them.
No, but let them know how I feel.
Okay. All right.
Let them, like what I just said, like let them know how I'm moving right now, and maybe even get them to listen to this episode at least. And I gotta fucking pee. Is Mike's not even in the fucking engineering room? I don't know how to cut it off.
I mean, we could just do our part, and then they can just edit that part out.
Yeah, they better not charging me extra. If you, I think that, honestly, the title of this episode is the best podcast ever. This is the best episode I think we've done.
Say that.
I really enjoyed this shit. This is the best shit we've done thus far, yo.
I'm not gonna lie. I still stand by the first time back in the studio was still my favorite. That energy, that excitement. I'm sorry.
COVID 908.
COVID 908 is my favorite episode. Like that was brilliant. You came up with that. That was brilliant.
Thank you, man.
That was in my opinion, that was my favorite episode, bro. It was so fun.
That was fire.
It was so fun, bro. Like this was fun too. Don't get me wrong, but it was a little more serious today. That shit from start to finish, we were cracking up.
That's a fact.
But that's because it was just a different day.
Well, I feel like we came into that with the expectation that would happen because it was our first time back in the studio. This time, like, I guess full transparency, like, the episode that we did with Jasmine, the last episode, that was done the same day. If you're on YouTube, you could tell we're wearing the same outfits. So.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, so like we initially booked a 2-hour session. We had a 2-hour session booked, and Jasmine had to check out earlier than I expected, so we had time left. So this second podcast is. Basically, the time we had left over, we didn't waste the time, man. I think we did a great job.
I think we did an awesome job, and honestly, I'm ready to wrap up and smoke one.
Yeah, I gotta pee. I gotta pee so bad. So.
And I'm gonna get $1 slice after I smoke.
Yeah.
Because I got $1.
Yeah.
One.
My mind just went mad places for some reason. Like, I got so confused for a
I
second.
heard, do the don't sleep. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, my don't sleep is I feel like I had one. Feeling for time. I feel like I had a dope ass don't sleep. Oh shit! I'm about to play my don't sleep actually. It's a skit from the Solange album from 2016. A Seat at the Table. It's Master P, and he says some shit that really resonated with me, and I feel like it could resonate with the audience very well. Of course, it's not downloaded, so I have to fucking turn my phone off airplane mode to see if it could fucking work. Keep feeling for time. Please listen to this, audience. This is my don't sleep for this week. Hold on, let me turn my volume up. It's just fucking low. Yes.
You know, but sometimes you ask yourself, where's the peace? Everybody always talking about peace, but as long as you find peace in what you're doing, then you're successful. And that's what people don't realize. So you got to do stuff to where you can go to sleep at night. Because the glory is in you.
Oh Lord, I needed to hear that.
You gotta find peace in everything that you're doing, yo.
That's why I'm so happy. Cause I'm at peace, bro. I love podcasting. I love music. That's all I need, bro.
Right. I love trying. I'm actually challenging myself, and I'm confident enough to try shit I'm not that experienced in. I kind of dialed back to who I was before starting the podcast, before writing more, before attempting to start my own company. I dialed into that confidence that I had initially and realigned myself with that. And I'm like, I'm not afraid to try.
You shouldn't be afraid.
And like Master P said, the glory is within you. If you could wake up every day and enjoy what you do, that's all that matters. Whether if you're getting the accolades you feel you deserve, the money you feel you deserve, whatever. As long as you wake up every day and you still enjoy what you do, then that's all that matters. The glory is within you.
That's a fact, brother, and I totally agree with it. The glory is in you, man. The faith is in you, and it's all in the power of thought.
Word. So if you enjoyed this podcast, I know you did. If you made it this far, you definitely enjoyed it. Please follow us on social media at Introverted Intuition Pod on Instagram, at Introverted Pod on Twitter, youtube.com/Introverted Intuition. Go to teespring.com, type in Introverted Intuition. You'll find our whole merch store. We have like almost 80 items available for you. You can purchase and support us. And if you do actually end up purchasing and supporting, take a picture and tag us in it so we can post it on our social media. And follow my Twitter, THT, Ambitious Guy. It's that Ambitious Guy on Twitter. And my Instagram is the Av360.
Yeah, and you can follow me on Instagram at CR_908. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, We So Hot, music video about to drop. Type in CR908. Shout out to my whole squad, Jump Out the Frame. Shout out to Introverted Intuition. Shout out to Roselle USA. Love y'all niggas.
We love y'all so much. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate all the numbers and the fucking listeners in South Africa, the UK, London, wherever you listen to this podcast or watching them. We love you. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you.
Peace.
Hopefully this isn't still on camera.